Check. Check.
So here I'm thinking, if he blocks with the queen, then I can also then take the pawn with another check, and if I can somehow get his king away from that queen, I'll be able to take the queen and he won't be able to recapture it. There's the idea. But he blocks with the bishop, so instead I'm going to win a rook. Yeah, it's pretty bad whatever you do there as king.
This is how I play when I've lost about 10 games in a row. I just go straight for the bishop sack.
If you've ever lost 10 games in a row, you'll recognise that sigh. Of course, I could have had my queen somehow marking the e5 square ready to take that pawn with check again at some other point. The thing is, his king can't really escape it. He kind of has to come back into the middle again if I check with the knight.
Maybe if I went for it more often, wouldn't lose so many games.
And he starts to bring out the defence, so you've got to act quick. That's the thing with this opening, you've got to act quick. Because he will mobilise his defences quick, and if you're not quick enough, he'll get enough pieces out and outnumber you, even if his king is exposed. So, develop quick is the idea now. And my queen is close to getting trapped if I don't get her to a better square, so I've got that to deal with as well. Plus, I'm a piece down because I sacked, so there's a lot to juggle in this style of opening. But it's a fun opening, and the shock value is what gives it its power. I've got another pawn I can take there on the end, but it's probably too dangerous to take. Here comes his counter-attack already. So, and he's got an extra piece. But what you've got to remember is your opponent is usually angry if you've done this opening. They don't like it. If you stop them from castling, they're angry. They're more likely to take when they're angry. An opponent in chess is much more likely to take if he's angry. He takes. And although I recapture the pawn, generally an angry player is now going to push his pawn forward onto my knight. He doesn't though, he just decides that he's going to try and stop me castling. You can't. That's a surprise possibly for him.
Didn't expect that I could check, that I could castle, did he?
Or that I would want to castle, but of course what I'm doing is linking my rooks. The object of castling isn't just to get your king to safety, it's also to link your rooks. His king's in danger, my king's in danger. Yeah, okay. But I need to link my rooks. I'm short of pieces. It's great that his knight's stuck up there, so that's one piece out of the game, and, but you've got to link the rooks, otherwise his queen's going to start finding ways of forking the rook and king with checks and things. The threat now is obviously here on the h2 square with the check, with his queen checkmate, in fact, possibly. So my queen had to come down to cover that possibility. Couldn't quite get the bishop up. What I wanted to do, get the bishop up to d3, to e3, but didn't have time. But while we're talking about not having time, notice also that his king's in line with my rook now. And that's not a bad thing at all. That is going to come back and haunt him in a very big way. Given what I just said, this is probably about one of the worst moves he could have made. As I always say, funny pawn moves are generally the move of a man who does not know what he's got no ideas left. Odd pawn moves generally mean your opponent has run out of ideas.
I should have moved. I couldn't move all the way along because of his queen.
Check.
Let's do the check.
Here's where I have to be very careful, because I've left my queen in line with his bishop as I revealed that check. And this was a total blunder, but he didn't see it.
Checkmate.
It led to the checkmate. So this was a blunder. You'll hear me gloating, but it's
Ooh, that was a thing
blunder
of
time
beauty.
because he could have just taken with
At
the bishop
last.
there, but he didn't.
At last, not just a
And
win,
so
but a
I'm
beautiful
happy
win
with that.
for the morning. See, I lose 10 games in a row, 20 games in a row, and then I just go, okay, I'm doing the white bishop sack. I'm doing the light colour bishop sack. I just don't care. And look what happens. The shock value. It's like a cavalry charge. It seems to beat them more often than it doesn't. But, you know, if I played that all the time, would it work? I don't know. I don't know. It's a pretty scary thing to play if you play it all the time. When you're angry and you've lost a lot of games, you just don't take, you don't care. Seems to work then. 1964, see my scores so low. So low. As long as it's in the high 1900s, I'm still happy. But quite honestly, I've been near to 2000 for this year so far, and I'm a bit disappointed.